Horns up and welcome to a brand new episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. It's still Thai food month here on Headbanger's Kitchen, and today, what are we cooking? We're going to be cooking some chicken soup. Not just any chicken soup, my friends, a Thai chicken soup. This is called Kha Gai, and it's a lovely soup cooked in a coconut milk, and it's spicy and sour and really delicious. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, let's get cooking. As always, we're going to start by prepping our chicken, and I'm going to cut it up into nice bite-sized pieces. And as always, I prefer to use leg and thigh meat instead of breast meat. However, you can use chicken breast, that's generally what's used for this recipe. Next, I'm going to prep our galangal for this, and I'm using a spoon to sort of scrape the galangal simply because I don't know where it's been. But if you know where your galangal has been, you don't need to do this. Anyway, I gave it a good wash as well, and then I sliced it up. And if you can't find galangal where you live, you can probably substitute it with ginger. Next up, I'm going to tackle the lemongrass, and I'm just going to chop off the edges. You only need the bottom part of the lemongrass, and you want to bruise it with either a rolling pin or the back of your knife, and then cut it into chunks. This helps to release all its flavor. Next up, I'm going to slice up some portobello mushrooms, or whatever is masquerading as portobello mushrooms in India. Though typically this recipe only uses oyster mushrooms, but I'm going to use two kinds of mushrooms. So after slicing those portobello mushrooms, I'm going to roughly chop up my oyster mushrooms as well. Now I'm going to get a wok on the stove, and I'm going to pour in about half a liter of water. I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt to this water as well, and then in goes my galangal, my lemongrass, some shallots, you can also use regular onions, and then I'm just going to let this come up to a boil. Once the water is boiling, I'm going to add in my chicken, and then just give it all a good mix and let it cook for about 10 minutes. What we're doing here is basically creating a chicken stock, and if while you are boiling the chicken you see a little bit of froth on the top, you can scoop that out with your spoon. Anyway, after about 10 minutes of cooking, it's time to add in my coconut cream. Now normally you use coconut milk for this recipe, but since we're on keto and we like good fats, we're using coconut cream instead. You can also just use coconut milk, no problem. Then in go 2 Thai bird's eye chilies, and I'm leaving them whole so that this is less spicy, because you know I'm a spice wuss. Then I'm also going to add in some kaffir lime leaves, and I'm just going to sort of tear them so that helps release the flavor of the leaves. Then in goes about half a tablespoon of fish sauce, and then in go my portobello mushrooms and my oyster mushrooms as well. And then I'm going to give it all a good mix. And now I'm going to let this cook on a gentle heat for about 10 minutes or so till everything is nicely infused. The chicken is cooked all the way through, the mushrooms are soft and tender, and we just have the most beautiful and flavorsome soup. And for some reason I felt like this could use some white pepper, so I added some in. And of course give it all a good mix. So just give it a stir and let it keep cooking. You don't want to rapidly boil this, you just want to cook it on a gentle heat. Anyway, after about 10 minutes of cooking, our soup is almost done. So I'm going to turn off the heat, and then I'm going to add in some fresh coriander. And then I'm going to squeeze in the juice of half a lime. That's going to give it the sourness, and then give it all a good mix. Now don't forget to taste your soup and add more lime juice if you want it to be more sour. Anyway, now there's nothing left to do but to serve myself some of that delicious soup. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, our Kha Gai is ready, and it looks delicious. Anyway, enough jibber jabber, time to taste. Alright folks, it's time to taste the Kha Gai, and look who is joining us. Dipti, my wife, whose idea it was to make this dish on the show, so who better to join me for the tasting, yeah?
Guys, I have to tell you, I'm really excited about Thai month because it's one of my favorite cuisines, and I'm just bursting with ideas about all the recipes to do, and I'm just really enjoying it because I get to eat great food every day.
Yes, hopefully the soup is also great. Anyway,
let's find out.
Begin. Yes.
I can smell the aromats.
The
Like
lemon,
even before
yeah.
you take a spoon.
Yeah, it is flavorful.
Is it hot?
I think so.
Oh, yum. Oh. Oh, that is really good. It's like, shouldn't it be spicier though? Hey.
I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but yes, it is not as spicy as I expected it. I could have actually chopped up the red chilies and I could have probably put one or two more.
How many did you put?
2 full red chilies.
You wuss.
I don't know whether it's just Thai month, but I think I'm starting to get a little brave when it comes to the chilies and the spices.
I mean,
And-
this is really great, but it's missing that sort of, just that little heat
little
in
burn,
the back
yeah.
of the palate. Oh, but it's so, I mean, this is comfort food.
Yeah,
at
it
its
is.
best, and it's so like layered and nuanced, and that lemongrass and the galangal is just so.
That's perfect. I mean, like, it's keto soup.
Even though I'm not a fan of oyster mushrooms, I think they taste like feet.
Yeah.
But
That's why I put some portobellos for you. Or,
yeah, I see them.
or whatever
Oh my
mascara.
god, but I love everything about this.
Yeah?
So good.
Awesome.
So good.
So Dipti has given...
I need to get off camera so I can just stuff my face.
Alright, so we're gonna do just that. I hope you guys are gonna make this delicious Thai chicken soup at home. And you know what? I'll see you on the next episode of Headbanger's Kitchen. Cheers and keep cooking. A Thai chicken soup to be precise. It's called... And today we're making Tom Kham Kha Thai chicken soup. This is called Tom Kha Gai.